All right, you're hanging out with the crew of Dino 305. Thank you so much, sir, for being here tonight. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Richard Diaz. I live here in Miami, Florida. I'm a lawyer. I've been practicing for a little over 35 years. Before that, I was a member of the Miami-Dade Police Department for 10 years. I worked there in uniform patrol. I was a detective in the Organized Crime Bureau, narcotics section, and money laundering section. I've done a lot of work with the PBA in the past 35 years, and also with the Hispanic Police Officers Association. And through a very strange series of events, I became what I would call the de facto uncle of Devin Jaramillo.
What would you tell a young police officer who's just joining the force right now? What would you tell him to keep him inspired and to watch things to watch out for in the future?
The most important thing I think that a young police officer has to do is they have to get lucky, and they have to get teamed up with a really good training officer. The department has a system where you have one riding assignment for 30 days with one instructor, then another and another, and you have to learn from them, and you always got to keep your back up against the wall. You got to be very careful. I did it for, like I said, 10 years. I was in a shootout my 4th day on the job, and I know what it's like to fire, and I know what it's like to get fired upon. It's a very, very tough job. It's very, very stressful. I represent a lot of police officers. I actually won that case last year for that Miami-Dade police officer who was involved in the UPS truck hijacking shooting.
Wow.
Jose Mateo, he's going to be here tonight at my table. So I've been there, done that. But for young police officers, I would say, hook up with a good training officer. Be careful. Use the department to get your education, like I did. Once I had my 10 years on, they paid for my law degree, basically. And I left. It was a great career, but I was glad that I left after 10 years. I mean, I would have loved to stay, but I just decided I needed to change.
Tonight, we are honoring Devin Jaramillo. What does it mean to do it like Devin? For you, how do you conceptualize that, and how do you honor Devin as we go forward?
I think the best thing we can do for Devin is what we're doing. In my office, I have actually, believe it or not, a shrine in his honor that's going to stay there until I retire. I think we have to do events for him. I was at one last week here in Vivo, I think it is.
Yes, we were there too. We were there too.
I was there, and I
Bleeding Blue.
I put a lot of money on the tables for him and for the cause and for Bleeding Blue. Even though I only spent 10 years on the department, I've always been very loyal and faithful and attached to the law enforcement community.
Only 10 years is a long time, sir.
Yeah, well, that's a half a career, I guess you could say. And I enjoyed it. I really did. I bought a special table tonight for all of my close friends who are all Miami-Dade police officers, Broward Sheriff officers, Palm Beach officers. I made better friends and closer friends in 10 years on the department than I made in 35 years with lawyers.
Wow.
Because lawyers are friends, but it's not a brotherhood. But I think to your point, to your question, we have to remember Devin. We have to do periodic events, annual events, so that people never forget. I'm hoping that we'll see things like there's memorials that are being placed up at the station. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see it. It's gorgeous. A street needs to be named after him. I am actually writing a book, my first book. It's called Shots Fired, the First Round. My second book will be called Shots Fired, the Next Round. And then my last book, and it's going to walk through my life, is going to be Shots Fired, the Last Round. And in my second book, I'm going to dedicate a chapter, I'm going to write a chapter about how Devin and I met, how we became friends. Kind of crazy, right? A 27-year-old kid hanging out with a 65-year-old guy, right?
You're not 65. Stop it.
I am 65.
No
you don't
way.
look a day over 30.
65 where?
Yeah. Here.
Wow.
Here.
Okay. Here.
But we became very, very tight. I'll tell you this. When I received the news, I was on vacation with my wife in Madrid, Spain. And I've never cried as hard in my life. Not even when my mother died. We were really close. And when I got back to the airport and I saw my son, who's also 27 years old, on the curb at the terminal, I had to stop and gather myself, because I just realized that something so simple, like walking out with your travel bags and having your son pick you up at the airport, something we take for granted every day, is something that David will never be able to do with his son again. And I had to stop. And sometimes I'll be driving the car and I'll just think about him, and because my son's 27, maybe that's why it hit me so hard, He was in my office a month. He was in my office a month before he died. And you want to know what he wanted to do? He wanted me to do a will for him. I said, a will? I said, you're 27 years old, dude. And he says, you never know.
We're gonna change it up a little bit.
Okay.
We're gonna bring the energy back up.
All right.
And this is very serious. What's about to happen here
This
is going to determine your next 10 years.
This question has gone viral on our social media.
Dude, I can handle anything.
Everybody is
Fire
talking
away.
about it right
My
now.
book is called Shots Fired, so go ahead.
Listen, I need you to put your
I don't know, this is
biases
serious.
to the side right now. I
can do that.
I need complete objectivity. What's better, Cuban food or Nika food? Nika
Cuban for
food.
Nika? Oh, if it's steak, it's Nika for sure.
Okay. I like.
And actually, if it's beans and rice too.
Okay, so we're going to take it as Nika. And we're gonna leave it
Nika.
there.
Nika wins.
We take it.
Thank you so much.
No, yeah, Nika wins.
Hands down.
All right, guys.
Unequivocally. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you. God bless you. Thanks for doing this for Devin.